Friday morning, always the time where we talk with our local restaurateurs and chefs about their menus, their signature dishes, their histories. And this morning, very excited to have Café Poland in. We've got Madison and Antoine. Thank you very much for coming in, first of all.
Thank you for having us, Mo. We're very excited to be here today.
It's great to have you in. And Café Poland has, there's a lot of positive talk about your place. You know, that the food has been great for a long time. I mean, you recently took it all over, right?
Yes.
You're kind of the, I won't say new owners, new stewards of Café Berlin. Tell us a little bit about how you got into that.
Yeah, like you said, we're I guess consider ourselves the new stewards of Café Poland. And interestingly enough, Madison and I kind of just moved here to Columbia about 5 years ago, looking for an opportunity to become a part of the community. And we one evening we decided to just essentially have lunch at Café Poland, and developed a relationship with the founder, Ivona Galiska. And one day she told us that she was ready to close the place down. I'm like, please don't close the place down. We love the food here. The pierogi is delicious.
If she had said that publicly, there would have been an outcry.
Right.
So, yeah.
Oh, there was definitely an outcry within us.
Sure.
You know? So we kind of got to talking to Ivona and to kind of figure out how to keep her place going and to keep her legacy alive.
So when did you guys actually take over?
So we started training with her. So at first we're like, well, is this something we want to get into? So we spent some time shadowing her and volunteering on the weekends just to get a taste of what the day-to-day operations were going to be like. And so that was last August or September that we started doing that. Yep. And then we spent a couple more months training with her, learning the recipes. And by November is when that's when we signed the paperwork to take over operations.
Do you guys have a culinary background? Do you guys already have restaurant experience? How did that come?
Yeah, so I myself personally, I grew up essentially in food and beverage. I was born and raised in Las Vegas. My father was a restaurateur, opened up the good old Don the Beachcomber back in Las Vegas in the 60s and 70s. So Madison and I also have been in the food and beverage industry for the past decade or so.
So yeah, he's always been a foodie ever since I've met him. He has loved food. He's very passionate about all kinds of food, very diverse culinary experiences. So for us to get into something like this with our backgrounds in hospitality and food service was really a great combination of our strengths to kind of pair together. And he spends most of his time back of house working with the food, and then I spend most of my time up front with the guests. But yeah, between the two of us, we feel like our experience was really a good fit for Café Poland.
Yeah. It's kind of interesting because I was telling somebody about pierogies. I was trying to describe pierogies to people, and I said, okay, it's kind of meat stuffed inside of a kind of like not a noodle, but it felt like that kind of pasta type thing. Yeah. And then I started thinking about it. It's like, well, it's kind of like the Italians would call it ravioli. Exactly. In China, they're dumplings. It's all kind of the same, similar thing. Since I brought up pierogies, and we'll get into the full menu here in just a minute, but I definitely want to talk about pierogies specifically because you serve Polish pierogies.
Yes.
Now, I got this Ruski friend of mine, Luke Sobolski. He's a good guy. I'm just giving Luke trouble. But Luke tells me that pierogies in Russia are different than pierogies in Poland. That in Poland they're served wet, and then in Russia they're dry. Is that right? How does that?
Yeah, normally Ruski in Russia they're normally served fried, but in
fried. Yeah.
In Poland, of course, this is coming from Ivana, training under her supervision. But the traditional pierogi is served boiled. And it's honestly a very tedious process in terms of preparing and serving pierogi due to the water content of pierogi. I consider them, small little treasures of happiness, and I like to say that in the kitchen that every pierogi counts. Sometimes if the pierogi, it depends on the humidity, water content, temperature, ambient temperature. If the pierogi tends to be too wet, it can definitely break apart. So of course we pay attention to certain factors that could affect the texture and the taste of the pierogi. But yes, traditionally they are served boiled.
We're talking with Madison and Antoine from Café Poland, espresso and pierogi, and the location is down on Locust, right next to the Missouri Theater, just a little bit to the west of 9th Street. Yeah. And it's kind of a small place. How big is it?
Very tiny. How big is it?
It's a very tiny venue, but we like that about it. It's very special. It's very intimate. When I'm talking to one table, I feel like I'm talking to every table. It's just a very small space. But
is there inside seating?
Yes.
Okay, yes.
So we have right now we have 4 seats for indoor dining and 2 little bar seats. There's a patio as well. So we have 4 seats on the patio, and then we have a couple of tables out on the front sidewalk of the cafe. And so we are hoping to add a little bit extra space eventually. Right now there is some storage on the inside of the cafe, but right now we have maybe 8 to 10 seats total.
All right.
Tables total, sorry.
Friday Foodies continuing now. Got Café Poland in, Madison and Antoine. We're talking food. We're having a good time in here and looking over their menu. We've talked about the pierogies a little bit, but I saw this on the menu and I have no idea what this is, so you're going to have to explain it to me. Maybe, Antoine, you can tell me what a nalesniki is. Am I pronouncing that right?
Yes, naleshniki, yes. Okay. So it sort of resembles a French crepe, but French crepes, of course, are a bit thinner, kind of focusing on the filling. And kind of sits between a French crepe and an American pancake. So it's a bit thicker than a French crepe, a bit thinner than an American pancake. And this naleshniki kind of has a chewy custard-like texture based upon Ivana's recipe. Okay. And it can be either served in a savory style. It can be filled with something that we serve as grilled chicken, spinach and feta, or Ivana's very popular onion and bacon scramble. Really good stuff.
That
really good
sounds
stuff.
good.
Definitely is served with a dollop of sour cream, which complements the naleshniki, the savory naleshniki. Or it could be served in a sweet version. We can fill it with either hazelnuts or sweet farmer's cheese, which is the crowd favorite, and also fresh fruit or even preserves. And then that is drizzled with sweet cream base and chocolate. So it's very, very satisfying. Very good, definitely for breakfast.
I noticed on your menu you've got Awana's signature hot dog, which I think is great because, not enough restaurants in town serve hot dogs and do it well. What makes Awana's special?
So Ivana's signature hot dogs is she puts together, it's an all beef hot dog, but she curates this spicy cheese that goes on all of the hot dogs, which bring out the flavor of the all beef hot dog. And one of the signature hot dogs, which is also a crowd favorite, is the kraut dog. So our kraut dog is, of course, the bun is spread with Ivana's signature spicy cheese, and then the hot dog is topped with our house sauerkraut. And a lot of people kind of tend to shy away from sauerkraut because it tends to be a bit too sour. But Ivana's house kraut is kind of a balance between sour and sweet. So it's not it definitely kind of strays away from the sour side, and it's kind of a balance between the sweet and the sour.
I don't know that I've salivated as much during an interview as I am right now. This sounds so delicious. We're talking with Madison and Antoine from Café Poland. Madison, you're going to have to explain to me what a bigos is. Am I saying that right?
Yes, you said it correct. Yes, so the bigos is actually my favorite dish on the menu as far as the specialty plates go. It is absolutely phenomenal. You have to like sauerkraut. So it is a sauerkraut stew, and it has braised pork, Polish sausage, the kielbasa, as well as bacon, onions, and it sits together in this stew. And it's Polish tradition to have this stew kind of marinate in all of those flavors for at least a minimum of 5 days.
Whoa.
Minimum 5 days, yes, to soak up all the flavors, to really get the actual essence of the bigos hunter's stew.
So do you have next week's bigos on the boil?
It is very difficult to plan and schedule, kind of and anticipate what people are going to want. So especially the cafe being so tiny, we do have to have a very specific plan and prepare way in advance for these types of dishes, especially the sauerkraut.
Yeah. Yeah, Ivana has all these, upon training with Ivana, she has all these, or she shared all these trade secrets. And one of the trade secrets that Ivana had shared was the resting time for Bigos. It has been called Chustiac, which is essentially in Polish. It means purgatory. So the resting stage of Bigos either makes or breaks the flavor of the Bigos.
Okay.
So that's kind of one of Ivana's trade secrets is the amount of time the Bigos needs to be rested.
I see. Yeah. And too short a time is no good, and too long is no
exactly,
good.
Exactly. It kind of matures and deepens the flavor of the Bigos and makes it such an exquisite and comforting dish.
Okay, so I go to Cafe Poland and I order the Polish plate. It says it serves two. Mm-hmm. What do we get for that? That.
Go ahead.
So the Polish plate is definitely something that's the people that or guests that have not or have never been to Café Poland, that's something that they tend to order because it has a sampler of each of our favorite items. So one of them being Bigos, the other being our kielbasa. Topped with caramelized onions, Ivana's caramelized onions, and the seasoning that Ivana kind of dresses or cooks the caramelized onions is spectacular.
Really?
Oh, yeah, it's so good. And then it also comes with gułamki, which is another crowd favorite. Gułamki is Polish cabbage rolls, which are superb. Also, the Polish plate also comes with 3 of our variety of pierogi, which is potato cheese, potato bacon, and beef. And then also it comes with a side of our house sauerkraut as well. Am I missing anything from the Polish plate?
Just the mashed potatoes.
Just the mashed potatoes.
Yeah. And then you guys have goulash as well.
Yes.
What goes into? I mean, I get the feeling that goulash is different in every kitchen. Am I wrong about that? I mean, it's kind of a mixture of things, right?
It is different in every kitchen, but Ivana's specific goulash is very simple. Honestly, it's just braised pork, and then she makes a gravy from the jus of the pork, topped with seasoned with peppercorns and bay leaf and marjoram. And it's served on top of pasta. A lot of goulash can be served, of course, with a side of mashed potatoes, but Ivana likes to serve hers with pasta, which is a great option because it kind of soaks in all the gravy from the pork jus.
That sounds so good.
It's very delicious.
One thing that we have not mentioned, and Madison, maybe you can talk about this a little bit, is the coffee and the beverages that you've got. It's Café Poland espresso and pierogi. Mm-hmm. So talk a little bit about your coffee bar.
Yeah, so for the coffee options, we do have a very simple coffee menu. So Ivana had always focused mostly on the Polish food, but the coffee really complements the food as well. And so something that we would like to do to kind of enhance the coffee experience as well, as soon as our liquor license transfers over, we are planning to have a coffee featured specialty cocktail menu as well. And so a lot of those beverages really do complement the food items, especially lunchtime. A lot of people like the pierogi with espresso or with a side of coffee, but the coffee cocktail menu, I think, will really enhance our dinner experience to go with the dishes as well.
Yeah, there's one thing that Madison likes to put together for our guests, and which it's a beverage that they go crazy for, which is the traditional Polish shake.
Everybody loves the traditional Polish shake.
Polish shake?
Yes.
What goes in that?
So it is fresh fruit, and it's a little bit creamy, a little bit sweet. It's fresh fruits, a little bit of sugar, a little bit of milk, but Ivana's specialty ingredient that really makes it Polish, which she likes to put in everything, is a little bit of sour cream.
Okay.
Sour cream goes with everything.
Sure. All right. Very good. Café Poland. They are on Locust, right next to the Missouri Theater. You can't miss it. Go check them out. Order something for lunch today. We've been talking with Madison and Antoine. Thanks for coming in, guys. Really appreciate you talking with us, and best of luck to Café Poland.
Thank you very much, Mo. It's been a privilege and an honor to be here. Thank you for the invite.
Great to have you here. All right, we're going to take another break. And you know what? Before we go, I forgot. We got to ask you the question. I always forget this part. Name somebody else in town that you guys think, man, they're doing a great job, or I'm inspired by them in some way.
Me personally, if I can name a couple places. One is it's a chocolatier named Jana Sanchez. She's at the farmers market. Her company is called Chocolate. She does amazing craft chocolate bonbons, which are delicious. And then also Mahi's Ethiopian Kitchen. We've tried that once, and just the food over there is very different and delicious as well. So.
Nice. All right. Very good. Thanks a lot. And we will see you down at Café Poland.